Hey, what's up? So today I'm going to be talking about Fight Night. I'm going to be talking about the first 3 episodes of Fight Night. And if I was to give them out of 5, I would give them a 4.2. I think this is a very good show. It's a very promising show. I don't know what they're going to do with the rest of the episodes. But so far, these 3 episodes are genius. Now, number 1, visually, it's the 70s. The show is based on the 70s. I'm not going to spoil it for you guys. You should wait and watch it. I'm not going to spoil the story. I'm just going to touch a bit of the plot. So visually, this show is based on something that happened in the 70s. Loosely based. Now, they got the atmosphere right. When I talk about the atmosphere, I talk about the cars. I talk about the color palette. I talk about the fashion, the outfits. I talk about something as basic as the cigarettes. You know, back in the 70s, people were obsessed with smoking. And so you get a lot of that in this movie. You get a lot of afros. You get a lot of outfits that look, they're like from the 70s. Even I'm even talking about the curtains. There's small details like the curtains, the wallpapers. It just feels like it's that particular period. And then now you have the cars. They look like new cars from that particular period. In that, if you were to go to that time and look at those cars, they would look the way they look in this particular movie. The other thing that I actually liked and appreciated was the accent. There's a certain way that people in the 70s used to talk. They had a certain accent. They had a way of speaking that they tried to really capture in this particular show. Now, when it comes to performances, this show is the definition of star-studded. I'm talking about some of the most iconic African American actors in this particular show. You have Taraji Henson, you have Kevin Hart, you have Samuel L. Jackson, you have Don Cheadle. You have so many other actors. You have Terrence Howard. You have Lori Harvey. You have, is she called Chloe Haley? There's just so many actors in this show. And then now when you go into the episode, the first 3 episodes, the way they were structured, they clearly understood what they wanted to say. Because Kevin Hart's character is called Chicken Man. He has an interesting arc. He's this struggling guy in Atlanta. You know, he's more of a hustler. He wants to turn Atlanta into what is that place called? Vegas. And so he needs the help of Samuel L. Jackson, who is called Frank from New York. So one night he organizes a party during the Muhammad Ali's fight because he knew that Frank would come. So during the fight, he also organizes a party. So something happens during the party. Not going to spoil it for people. Now, one of the things that actually blew my mind was Kevin Hart as a performer. Kevin Hart strip away the comedic element, leave that chatty, smart dude. That is what you get here. And the best thing is that he's given an arc, a very interesting arc. And you keep discovering things about him as you go because there is something to do with his relationship. When he's introduced, you think that you know him. And then as you go, some things get introduced that just make his character very, very interesting. Now, apart from that, the thing that shocked me, especially with episode 2, is just how much they stepped away from the stars. Episode 1, you see Samuel L. Jackson, you see Terrence Howard, you see Don Cheadle, you see Kevin Hart, you see all these stars. Then when you go into the next episode, you see a lot of familiar faces, but not big faces. And so I like that fact that there's an episode that focuses on characters that you don't really know, but then you're hooked by the plot because they do something that connects to episode 1. They do something very smart because they do. No, I'm not going to spoil it for people. I'm not going to spoil it for you. You have to see it for yourself. Anyway, what they do with episode 2 I thought was interesting. Now, with Don Cheadle, they gave him a very interesting arc with Muhammad Ali. You know, there's that theme of racism in the movie. It's there because it's the 70s. You know, and during that period, Muhammad Ali has had his own controversies. Now, when it comes to the actor who plays Muhammad Ali, they took creative liberty with him. He's not like Muhammad Ali, like Ali, Will Smith. No. They took a bit of creative liberty, but the essence of Muhammad Ali is still there. If you think of Muhammad Ali during that particular period, that idea is still there. So you have a proper match during the second episode, like a proper boxing match during the second episode, and actually a decent one. And so, just following Don Cheadle's arc with Muhammad Ali during that particular period, we get a good sense of who he is before we introduce the plot with him and Kevin Hart. That idea of him just the idea of Muhammad Ali during that particular period and Don Cheadle as a cop and being put in that situation was another good vehicle in exploring the concept of racism, especially during that particular period. So yeah, this is a very good show. I would urge you not to look at what the critics are saying first. Go see the show first, because and the editing is fantastic. You know, they use a lot of panels. I think you've seen it in the trailers. They use a lot of panels to bring things together, but generally the pacing and editing is good enough to keep you hooked. You know, things move very fast, and there's always something interesting happening. Whether it's a callback or it's a setup, there's always something interesting happening. So basically that's it. Remember to always watch what you enjoy and enjoy what you watch. Go see the show. Trust me, go see the show. It's actually entertaining. Basically that's it. Adios.